For Pro Football Weekly, I'm Adam Anschel, joined by senior editor Eric Edholm, as we look at the draft from each pick over the last 11 years, seeing who was best and who was worst at each spot. And Eric, we're up to the number 8 pick. What did you find here?
Well, interesting trend, Adam. The last 7 years, there have been 6 defensive players, and some okay defensive backs in the mix. Antrell Roll, certainly a player that made an impact for the Giants. A couple of guys, pass rushers that really haven't worked out yet. Derek Harvey hasn't established himself. Jamal Anderson with the Falcons. I think it's similar until the last spot, the number 7 slot, that some decent players, but unlike without the Peterson. There wasn't that one real superstar at the position.
So who did you find was the best at this spot?
I think the most consistent player at this spot was Jordan Gross. Certainly Plaxico Burress early in the decade looked like a superstar at the position. His legal troubles, I think, precluded us from picking him here. But Gross, he was their franchise player a couple years ago, came back from a serious leg injury. A very solid left tackle in the NFL. Maybe can't handle those elite guys, but again, the Panthers have set him and forget him. They've had a good run game. I think he's a good choice there.
And maybe not the sexy pick at that spot, but a solid offensive lineman. You really can't criticize that very much. On the flip side, the worst pick at that position, a guy really we haven't heard from in a long time.
Yeah, David Terrell came out of Michigan, so hyped, and we talked about it at the number 6 spot. He was predicted to go to the Patriots there. Looked like the number 1 guy. Had the size, the long wingspan, the big playmaking ability. Wore that number 1 jersey at Michigan. We've seen the great players who've worn that jersey. Never able to translate in the NFL. The Chicago Bears took him 4 years, pretty much out of the league from that spot.
So yeah, some wait and see at this position too. We talked about Plaxico and whether he'll come back next year. Maybe he'll find his way back on the list. And last year, Rolando McClain for the Raiders looks to be a pretty solid pick at that spot. So we'll keep watching. For all the best draft information, be sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.